Evening people, welcome back to the channel. So just a quick one to start off with. I've got a new mic, so please let me know, tell me how it sounds, if it's too loud, too quiet. I have got all my settings available to play with, so I might jiggle with those throughout the night, but let me know how it sounds. I can get all up close and personal, but I don't need to be quite that close. Right, so tonight's the finals of the Gr3 League from MRC, sponsored by Team Oliver Racing, so big shout out to those guys for helping us out this season and all the support they've given. Stuart and Michael down there at Team Oliver Racing, big shout out to the guys at Martin Oliver Transport as well. Let us get ourselves and have a look at some scores, shall we? So, leading the way, TNR Philo, 312 points for him. And we just move down to Potter in second, 269 points. Very unlikely that Potter's going to be able to close that gap up tonight. Fat Pickles Bro in third with 257 points. Superfast Bobby in fourth, 242 points. Jambu fifth with 198 points. Surfer Ev in sixth with 186 points. Yeah, that's right. My eyes going funny. Seventh place for Dangly Balls with 161 points. 134 points for Ben Cosgrove in eighth. Diablo ninth with 110 points. GT Deli B with 108 points in 10th. And if I just scroll down to the next lot. So Perzel 11th, he's on 101 points. G Marge is on 100 points. James Harbin in 13th on 76 points. Burnt Fry in 14th with 71 points. JRC Racing with 70 points. Tabron with 62 points in 16th. And Magix with 42 points. Late starter though for Magix. He's only done a couple of rounds. So yes, please let me know how the mic's sounding. For me, it does sound a little bit echoey, but I have got it coming through my headphones as well, just to try and make sure my sounds aren't killing everyone. So let's jump into the room and see how we get on. So the finals tonight, live from Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. Everybody already saying they're waiting for next season to turn up, so very popular league this one. My new mic does mean you have to listen to every sound that happens in this room to get it nailed properly. So it does actually sound a little bit better when I'm literally in its face, but that means I've got to hold the damn thing for both races, so you might have to put up with a little bit of an echo for a minute. If it sounds echoey, it does to me a little bit, but you lot will have to let me know. Right, so two races. We've got a 15-minute quali, and then we jump into the first race of the evening. Where will I put that now? I've had to throw my phone across the other side of the room. This mic's so sensitive, it just picks up everything. Let's just pull up some details on this race. I should have had a look earlier, shouldn't I? Where's the big long list of stuff? Here we go. Right, race one starts at 8:45 after the qualifying. Fastest first, 10-lap race. The time of day on track will be 10:30. 100% fuel, any tyres for this race, and as many as you like, no mandatory pit stop. And then a little bit of a break, and then we jump into race two. Top three carry over extra weight into race two. It's a success ballast. And then we jump into race two, which is a 16-lap race, reverse grid. 70% of fuel. Time of day on track is 16:30. There is a pit stop window on this one, so they can't come into the pits for tyres before the end of lap 4. They can come in for repairs or fuel, but not tyres. They've got to use 2 different compounds as well for race 2. No penalties being given out for most of this season. Very, very clean these drivers are becoming, learning the ways. Right, let's get ourselves on track. Yes, you will hear all the clicking of the pad. You'll hear every key press and everything tonight, unfortunately. Like I say, I've just got to figure out where this mic's got to go and stuff. So let me just see. That sounds a lot less echoey to me when it's up close. But please let me know. If it's too loud, I can turn it down, etc. So, where's that gone? Let's pull that up quickly. Let's go for a bit of an onboard lap with TNR Philo. So down this long start-finish straight down towards turn 1, it's the elf turn. 90 degrees right into an almost 90 left. Into the Renault, big long sweeping right hander, bit of a straight, and then we're down to the Repsol, tight on the way in and it opens up on the way out. So tight on this section and then opens out a little bit on the exit and down towards Sol, almost Seat, almost hairpin through there. Got to be careful not to run it out wide. Through the little kink to the left down towards Worth, hard on the brakes, 90 degree left through the little kink right up towards Campsa. Carry quite a bit of speed through here if you get it right, and then all the way down to, I don't know how to pronounce that, Lekaksha. So this one almost a hairpin as well, hard on the brakes for that one. Through Bank Sanderbell down towards Europa into the chicane, and then into this final turn, pit entrance on the right there. Sort of times he put in, and he's already got fastest laps so far. It's 1:44 for him then. Get out of this view. Potomac Pot got himself in 2nd position. He's on a 1:43.269. Bern Fry 3rd. He's on a 1:44.7. Bobby 4th, 1:43.7. Jambu 5th, 1:43.8. Fat Pickles in 6th. Himself at 1:43.9 on the clock. G Margin 7th, 1:44.6. Surfer Ev 1:44.4 for Surfer. Sorry, that's G Margin I'm looking at. 1:44.8 for Surfer in 8th. Ben Cosgrove 9th, 1:45.3. James Harben 1:45.2 for James. Dangling Ball 11th, 1:46.8. And JRC currently 12th, no hot lap on the board for him. So yes, please let me know how it sounds. If you can hear me at all, I think you can hear me. It should be coming through the output. Oh. Bob's made me another livery. He's a lad, isn't he? Didn't look at that livery. I was looking at your score, Bob. Where's he gone? Let's have another look. He's got himself into top spot. 142.4 for Bob. And the best livery on the track tonight, look. We just do this at the end of every league. Cheers, Bob. Appreciate that. Ultimate Pop got himself quicker as well. 142.8. Jambu up into third as well, 143.2. Just keep your eye on Philo though. We know he's sneaky and always puts in a couple of really fast ones right at the end. Gonna have to soundproof me lighter. Fry then holding fifth. Cosgrove, fresh set of boots on. What's he got? Fresh set of softs. Yes, please let me know if you can hear this. I do need to know whether this mic's working. Keeping it clean so far, nobody running off track. Bobby then, looking to gain some points at the end of the season. So he's also on a fresh set of tyres. He might be able to better that time. Ultimate Pot still holding that second. Jambu still third. Philo fourth. He's also fresh set of tyres. JRC in fifth, 143.6. Does finally put a time in. Burnt Fry sixth now, 143.7. Cosgrove in 8th, 143.8. Fat Pickles in 8th, so left and come back, so 157 is his out lap. He's up on his fastest. Surfer Ev 9th. What's he got? A 144.1. A G Marge 10th, 144.6. James Harben, quack, 144.3 for James. Let's see how he gets on in the Renault tonight. Dangly Ball in 12th, just going quicker there, 146.3. Diablo now 13th. No hot lap on the board. But remember to turn up for the finals. Good lad. Oh, getting it wrong through Repsol. Parked himself in the sand. So, nobody moving position just yet. What have we got left on the clock? That's it, 5 seconds. Qualifying done then, I think, pretty much. People do get to finish these laps. So, Bobby on pole. Let's just see where Philo is on track. He is on a fast one. Let's see him across this timing line, see what he's got. He's gone purple, almost quarter of a second. season off with pole in race 1. So he comes across the line and he takes it. He's got Bobby following him through those. I don't think Bobby's gone quicker. He hasn't. Philo then, sneaky Philo. 142.6 for, sorry, 142.166 for Philo. Bobby then on that 142.4. Jambu sneaking in front of Potter there, 142.7. She's Potter down to 4th, 142.8. Burnfry 5th. He's just gone quicker actually, 143.2. Stays in 5th though. Ben Cosgrove in 6th, also just going quicker, 143.6. Fat Pickles 7th, 143.6 for him as well. JRC 8th, 143.6, taking the shortcut. G Marge, he's got himself 9th with the 143.6. James Harben in 10th, 143.8. Surfer Ev 11th, 144.1. Diablo 12th, no hot lap, but 12th, and Dangly Balls driving the wrong way down the circuit, 146.3. So I think the lads are doing a lap of honour. Is it now? It looks like it's now. They're doing a lap of honour for Captain Tom. If you don't know who Captain Tom is, well, there's something wrong with you. Like I say, I'm not sure if that's now or at the end of the race. Bob, evening, please tell me you can hear this. Testing out a new mic. But it's a little bit sensitive. Oh, stretch my legs. Was everyone just pulled over waiting for people to finish laps? There was something in the chat about a lap of honour, but like I say, I can't remember if it was at the end of qualifying or at the end of the race. Let's have a look. Can I see anything? It does look like they're all heading down to one end of the circuit. Yeah, Bob, my mate works at a music shop, so got to help the brother out and all that. So yes, we are on a lap of honour then. Not sure if everyone's locking the decal. There's one or two decals floating about for Captain Tom. Philo a little bit off in front, maybe getting a little bit exuberant. Bobby's awesome rear spoiler, look. Had to be a little bit of chaos with Bob. So just trying to look. Let me change that up, see if we can see anyone with a decal on. They need to be coming past on the side. I'd expect it's going to be on the side, if anywhere. Might have been a little bit late for everyone to sort of find it and chuck it on. But the lap of honour nonetheless. Good liveries this season, I've got to say that. Bob's is the best tonight. I've got to give him props for that. the thick of it. Look. Cheers, Bob. So there are actually 2 lobbies running tonight. We've got the pros with me, Dark Smoker, and we've got the pro-ams running with CJW Racing over on Twitch. They will be uploaded to YouTube at a later date. Right, so let me just have a little jiggle, because I'm going to turn that off like that. If we're going to see some burnouts, quite possible. Go Potter, the first man, giving us some chaos, some burnouts, some donuts, a bit of crashing, all in honour of Captain Tom. Scaring me, that is, not being able to hear it. That's better. Right, into race 1. 10 laps, Circuit de Barcelona. Finals night, people. Philo taking pole then, Bob second. Jambu third, Potter fourth, Burnt Fry fifth. Who's that in sixth? Can't see, it's too wide. It's, Ben Cosgrove sixth. Right, let's watch him get off. Lights are on. We're away. Great big pile of wheel spin from the Renaults. Poor start from Bob. Oh, Potter's had to take it void in action. Down towards turn 1 then. Jambu up into second, gone defensive. He's got Burnt Fry looking around the outside, Potter looking right behind him. So Jambu holding second, Burnt Fry third, Potter fourth, G Marge fifth. Ben Cosgrove and JRC battling it out. JRC just in front, he's holding sixth. Ben Cosgrove seventh. Fat Picklesbro eighth. James Harbour ninth. NRT Bobby in 10th. 9th, he's just getting past James Harben. Surfer Ev 11th, Diablo 12th, Dangly Balls 11th, 13th. So Philo out front. He's got 3/4 of a second already. Jambu trying to keep him in touch. Fry's pulled a little bit of a gap from Potter as well. Potter now fourth. He's under pressure from G Marge. JRC Racing's not that far off. To slam the anchors on a bit hard though. JRC has kept him in touch. Ben Cosgrove half a second back. A little bit of a pile up behind him. NRT Bobby. Fat Pickles. James Harbour, everyone else battling it out around that final turn. So, TNR Philo's gap reduced down to half a second. Jambu closing up on him already. Burnt Fry still third. Potter's closed that gap back up. And out of pressure now from JRC Racing. Bit of a gap back to JRC, 1.9 seconds. Just flicks over to 2. G Marge runs wide. Bob sneaks through. Ben Cosgrove gets through there as well. So G Marge might lose another place here as Fat Pickles comes through to take that place off him. No damage for G Marge, just very slow through those couple of corners. Down in 9th now. Diablo 10th. James Harben 11th. Surfer F 12th. Dangly balls just falling off the back a little bit. 1.9 seconds, 2 seconds now in 13th. So, just starting to stretch out a little bit. A bit of a gap developing between second and third. It's already up to almost 1.5 seconds, just coming down a little bit there. Potts got himself back in touch with Gr3. Might be able to make a bit of a move down the start-finish straight if he can keep in touch. So into this final chicane. Right on Gr3's tail through that one, that final turn. So he's within slipstream range, closing in. Maybe not quite close enough. He might be. Oh, tricky, decided. He was deciding literally while he was on the brakes going into there. Tiny bit of contact between Gr3 and Potter, but both coming through there cleanly. Potter still piling the pressure on Gr3, but just a little bit wide through there, allowed Gr3 to pull off a tiny bit. So still trying to close that gap up. Bobby, in the meantime, has got himself up into 5th, Gr3 Racing 6th, Ben Cosgrove 7th, Diablo 8th, making up another position, getting past G Marge, losing another spot then G. He's under a bit of pressure from Fat Pickles Bro as well. Surfer Ev 1.5 seconds off that fight. He's got James Harbour for company. And then Dangly Ball losing a bit more time now, 3 seconds off the fight. Just starting to extend them. 1.7 second lead. Jambu's keeping the gap between himself and Potter getting past Gr3. Didn't see where that happened, but Potter up into 3rd. He's made a bit of a gap from Gr3 already. Trying to close that gap up on Jambu in front for Potter. 2.7 second the deficit, 2.8. Can he close that down? It is only 10 laps in race 1. Bobby's starting to close up on Gr3 as well. The Renault's very fast here. One of the fastest cars of the league, to be honest. He's taken a few wins. Ben Cosgrove 6. Gr3 Racing right on his tail though. Got a little bit of a penalty to lose, nothing too dramatic. So G Marge 8th, Fat Pickles in 9th. Surfer Ev 10th. Close that gap back up. Pulling Diablo with him. Diablo in 11th. I think those two have swapped. Oh, Diablo's gone from 8th to 11th. Wrong somewhere then, Diablo. No damage on the car. Dangly Ball 12th. James Harbour now 13th. So possibly James Harbour getting it wrong somewhere. Again, no damage on his car. And still wear on those tyres, so it's not as if he's been in. Philo, what are you doing? 3.2 second lead. Jambu in the Lexus then struggling to try and close that gap. Potter McPot in the meantime has got the gap down to 2.2, so taken half a second out of Jambu. Halfway through this race, just started lap 5. Potter in 3rd, he pulled more time over Gr3, 1.5 seconds down now. Gr3 under increasing pressure from NRT Bobby. Best livery on the track tonight. get ourselves a little bit of onboard action. It's a shame we've got that great big wiper in the way, Bob. There we go. So gap just at a second. Bob lost a little bit through there. Closes up again. No direct threat from 6th position. A little bit of a gap back to Ben Cosgrove. Top 4 really starting to stretch out. Top 5. So Philo just continuing to extend. 4.3 seconds. Pulled a second out of Jambu on that lap alone. Potter's still taking time out of Jambu. Can he close that gap up enough before the end of the race? Jambu's in the pits. Bobby's in the pits as well. Are we going to see some drivers do no stop? I think Philo will probably, he might stop. There's a little bit of wear on those softs of his. Potter McPot, similar sort of wear on those softs. Gr3 also stopped out, a little bit more wear on his softs. Now there's that decal, the Union Jack on the side and the rear corner. Let's just get a bit of a better view of that. There it is, RIP Captain Tom. There you go, good lads. So Jambu back out of the pits. As he come out with a fresh set of softs. Stuck himself in 4th position. Ben Cosgrove 5th, not stopped. JRC not stopped in 6th. G Marge not stopped 7th. Fat Pickles in 8th. Under pressure from a fresh stopping Bob. So Bob now up into 8th. He's rocking a fresh set of softs. Fat Pickles not stopped. Surfer Ev not stopped. Diablo has stopped. Fresh set of softs on board for him. And Dangling Ball not stopped. We lost a driver. Who have we lost? Down to 12. Oh. Philo just coming in the pits then. Potter following him in. Let's see where Potter comes out. Philo's got too great of a lead to even be worrying about that, really. So back out and track into 1st, Jambu back into 2nd. Ben Cosgrove holds 3rd but not stopped. Potter comes out in 4th with a fresh set of softs. Bobby 5th on his softs. He's put a lap in on those. Gr3 stopped, he's out on the softs. G Marge now stopped his soft tyres. Softs for JRC just stopped. Surfer Ev stopped now, softs. Softs for Fat Pickles. Everybody looking like the softs. Diablo softs. And Dangling Ball. Not stopped actually, Dangling. Who have we lost from this race? Fat Pickles. Oh no, there's Fat Pickles. Who have we lost? Amazing. So, Philo still leading 3 seconds. Yeah, the Renault's really performing well this season. Jambu in 2nd, trying to close that gap back up. Potter holding 3rd, 3.7 seconds back. He's got a penalty, Bobby. Let's see if Bob can close that gap up. It's only 1.5 seconds at the minute. Gr3's going to be able to put him under some pressure soon. just about in slipstream range. And just losing a tenth through there, so just falling out of that slipstream range. So Ben still holding 6th, G-March 7th, JRC 8th, still got a little bit of penalty to lose. Surfer in 9th, Fat Pickles 10th, Diablo 11th, and Dangling Ball still not stopped, looking like he's not going to bother. Lap 8 of 10. Pulling more time than Philo, 3.5 seconds over Jambu. Jambu's continuing to extend over Potter. Bob taking 3/10 out, 4/10 out. Made a bit of time up on Burnt Fry. So Bob's starting to pile the pressure on Potter. Looking for that 3rd place. Ah, JR. Oh. It was you that pulled out. That's a shame. Yeah, I know you were saying earlier you had issues. Last week as well. It's a damn shame. Bobby though, losing all that time on Potter. Now 1.7 seconds down. Burt Fry closed a little bit of a time down on him, so 1.6 seconds the gap. Ben Cosgrove still 6th, but now 4.5 seconds plus. G-Marge at 7th. JRC looking for that position. G-Marge is having to go defensive. JRC running around the outside. No. It closes up. So is this going to compromise their attack on Ben Cosgrove in front? Gap does look like it's getting bigger. Closes up again for JRC. Do it though. Right, let's go and see what Philo's up to. Stop it. 5-second lead from Jambu. Jambu still holding just about 3 seconds from Potter. Potter's well out of the danger zone from NRT Bobby now. 3-second gap back to 4th position, and he's under some serious pressure from 5th by Burnt Fry. Are we going to see Burnt Fry? Oh, a little bit tail happy at the exit. And to feather that throttle through the exit final turn as well. So he was literally pushing Bob round that chicane, and now gap up to 0.5 second. Into turn 1. Ooh, hard on the brakes, closes up on Bob. Easy Dukes, how you doing, mate? Tell me if there's any issue with the sound. I've got myself a new mic. So, into the final lap. Let's go and see what Philo's up to. 5.5 second lead over Jambu. Potter's comfortably in 3rd at the minute. Bob and Burnt Fry. Gap still just 0.5 second. Can Bob fend off the 5th position driver for this final lap? Philo though just coming into the final section. So down into Eurocar. Through the chicane. And those curbs. Through that final turn then. Nice and easy for Philo. Qualified top spot. And led from start to finish. Philo winning then. Jambu going to come home 2nd. Ultimate Pot is going to take third, sideways. Bobby just taking fourth, Burnt Fry fifth, then Cosgrove going to take sixth. JRC seventh, G Marge eighth, Fat Pickles ninth, sideways. Surf F 10th, Diablo 11th. Just wait for Dangly Ball. Turning it up. What? Turning what up? Does my mic need turning up? Is that what you're saying? And backwards. Good lad. So, that was race one of the finals. Comfortable then for Philo, very comfortable. But now he's got to start from the back of the pack with extra weight on. So we're going to have a 5 or 10 minute break. Philo extending his championship lead. Potter doing the best then, coming home in third in that race. But still, it's not going to be enough to take the win from Philo. Even if he takes the win in race 2. Bob. Cheers to the livery, Bob. Again. We need to get back some racing. We need to go back to Donington. That's what we need. We need a Donny meet. Sim racing corner. Let's go and rep. Yeah, so you'll hear everything. You'll hear everything with this new mic. Everything. I might do one of those weird guess the sound competitions. Yeah, but unfortunately losing James Harben. Struggling with wheel. Still in the room though. Sticking around for the final race of the season. I can't even tell you when the league's going to kick off again, because I don't know. Stop it, you bear. Will it be a new champ? I can't remember who last season. See you later, Bob. Ben, evening, mate. How you doing? 6th place. Fair play. I know there's a few people that have joined this league and really, really enjoy it. Well, everyone really enjoys it. Otherwise, they won't be here. Burnt Fry as well. Evening, Burnt Fry. Who are you asking, Dukes? Asking me, Ben, Burnt Fry, Bob. It's a change of day now, change of time now, so it's 4:30 in the afternoon. I think it was about 10 o'clock in the morning for race 1, and now it's 4:30. And sunny. So yeah, slightly different setup. Race 2 is 16 laps. They only start with 70% fuel. They can't stop before the end of lap 4, and they have to use 2 different compounds of tyres. And you can stop as many times as you like after that, as long as you use those 2 sets. Okay, radio. So, Jambu just contacted me, letting me know that Perzel, his dad, is not racing. He's in the lobby, but he's not racing. He's had knee surgery. So, why is it all you foreigners, the Germans, get like bionic stuff? Huh? Perzel's obviously got bionic knee now. Raul's got a bionic foot. It's not fair. I want a bionic something. Bionic lung. That's what I need. Not yet. It's still working really well. But when it breaks, bionic one. And the only way I'm going to get that, if you lot get yourselves over to buymeacoffee.com/dartsmoker, drop a little donation if you can. Thank you very much. Unless anyone's got a spare bionic lung. George March, evening. How you doing? Yeah, you can be included in that, too. So, race 2 is going to start 23 minutes past. I am going to turn off my monitor now, so I can't hear myself. It's making me talk slow. So I'm assuming the sound's alright. Because now, it's only you lot can hear me, I can't hear myself. Potter just reminding everyone, pit window opens end of lap 4, and you've got to use those 2 compounds. Some drivers out on track and a couple of sneaky little practice laps in. I'm not wrong though, am I? Have you got anything bionic, Burnfry? No, because you're English, you see. You're British. You're Great British. You're UK-ish. We don't do bionic. We don't need it, in fact. Keep your bionic stuff. Don't need that over here. I'm going to say something controversial here. Didn't take over the world with bionic lungs. Didn't need them. Needed a few flags. Stick a flag in. It's ours now. We're having it. Oh, controversial. lot need to get yourselves out of the chat anyway. Get yourselves back in your cars. 2 minutes. It's good to see James Harpen sticking around as well, even with a broken wheel. I'm sure he'll be spectating from the lobby. That's me, Bob, getting that wrong. I'm putting my money on it. Dukes, it won't be long before you're signed up to some of these leagues, will it? Now you're all rigged up, Gran Turismo'd up and stuff. Obviously, probably weekend leagues, I'd thought, Saturdays or Sundays or Fridays. Need to get yourself to the GTTCC. It's about finished though, mate. There's only one more round. Right, we'll be getting the shout to get to track. Not going slow, ghosting out. That's a damn good sign. Trying to take out a set of tyres. No, it's not Ben Cosgrove. It's not Bobby either. It's got to be Bert Fry. It's got to be Bert Fry. There we go. Apologies, Ben. There was a yellow car in the distance. Yes, Dukes, that's the attitude. 3SP, we'll have you up. Then we'll explain what happened afterwards when it all went wrong. Beforehand, we're having you up, you lot are done, 3SP and you out. You don't get it, you don't understand. And then afterwards, we're not the people that come up with excuses beforehand. We're proper people that come up with excuses after. Ben Cosgrove trying to torpedo Bert Fry there, unfortunately. Bert Fry's ghosting out. So here we go then into race 2, final race of the season. K mode, Dukes. K mode. That's the one. Final race of the season then, people. 16 laps around Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. Reverse grid. Top 3 carry over extra weight. Start from the back. Let's see how they get on in race 2 then. Start a little bit further back. Let's get ourselves on board if we can. Come on, PlayStation. There we go. Just see if we can see anything kicking off into turn 1. Fido getting a good start, jumping past Jambo already. For the move on Bert Fry as well. Bert Fry going defensive. Potter's already got past him. So everyone through turn 1 cleanly. Bert Fry then at the back of the pack. Let me just extinguish that. Let's see what's happening up front. Diablo then taking race lead. Surfer Ev got himself into 2nd. Dangly Ball 3rd. JRC racing into 4th. G-Marge 5th. Wide route through there for G-Marge. Some under pressure from Fat Pickles. Tiny bit of contact. He's collected JRC on the way through as well. Put himself in the sand. Contact between Fat Pickles, G-March and JRC. Nothing that G-March could do about that. He was a little bit sideways. And, unfortunately, took out Mr. JRC. And being as that would be classed as a racing incident, he doesn't physically have to wait. I'm sure there might be a steward's inquiry into that, but that's not for my. It's not my decision. But it was a racing incident. Nothing he could do about that. Fat Pickles Bro did give the position back to G-March, but unfortunately taking JRC out in the process. So Diablo continuing to lead, pulling 1.5 seconds over second place Surfer. Two Mercedes drivers up front. Surfer also pulled his second over the BMW driver, Dangly Ball in third. Bobby up to fourth in the Renault. Pot has got himself into fifth, firing himself through the pack then. Philo Pot was tailed, sixth. Ben Cosgrove seventh, chasing down Philo for that position. Is he going to make a move? Philo is carrying the extra weight. He's got his nose down the inside as Ben Cosgrove. Can Philo running through to the second part of the turn? He does, but Cosgrove still looking dangerous. Jambo is right on the back of this fight as well. So Bert Fry up into 9th and starting lap 1 at the back. G-March in 10th or 11th. Fat Pickles just coming through to take that position off him. So G-March in 11th. JRC 12th. Unfortunately nearly 11 seconds down as well. We are only on to lap 2 of 16. Happen in these races, it usually does. So Diablo starting to pull a gap, 2 seconds over Surfer, picked himself up half a second penalty. Bobby in third has been hunted by Dangly Ball for that position. Ultimate Pot's just off the back of that fight, holding fifth at the minute, a little bit sideways out of there. Ben Cosgrove in sixth. Seventh. Oh, Philo going for the Driftertron. He's held it. He's put him under pressure from Burnfry. Well, there was a stab of handbrake just then. He went sideways so quickly. He's holding on to the 8th. Oh, the extra weight is really catching him out though. Renault's struggling with the extra few kilos on board. Burnfry then easily able to sweep past him. Inside line down the start-finish straight. Philo chucks himself back into the slipstream to try and gain as much as possible. Looks for the move back down the inside, but unable to do it. So Philo down to 9th, Fat Pickles 10th, G-March 11th. JRC Racing slowly closing up, 9.9 seconds, 9.7. We'll see how he gets on for the rest of the race. Diablo starting to pull more time from second place Surfer, almost 3 seconds. So Surfer under a bit of pressure from NRT Bobby in the Renault. Pot has been dropped off that fight a little bit. He's now down 2 seconds, 2.1 seconds. Also carrying extra weight over from race 1. A little bit of threat from Ben Cosgrove. Jambu coming in second in race 1, carrying the most amount of weight. Burnfry going for a move down the inside of Dangly Ball. Gets the job done as well. Philo getting through there. Dangly Ball getting the second bit of that turn a bit wrong. He's gone wide through there as well, Dangly Ball. Pushed himself all the way down to 11th, possibly just allowing the drivers to come through, but compromising his laps. Will start to come under threat from JRC Racing, who's now only 8 seconds back from him. 8.3, sorry. Diablo pulled another second up front. Starting to look quite comfortable for Diablo. Soft tyre for him. Surfer's on the hards, so doing him well to hang on to that second place. Bob is on the medium tyre. Potter on the medium tyre. Struggling to see at this angle. So holding fourth, Ben Cosgrove on the mediums, Jambu on the mediums, Burntfry mediums, TNR Philo has gone for mediums, Fat Pickles on mediums, Jim Marge on the mediums, Softs for Dagley, JRC Racing on the mediums. Yeah, just losing a bit more time. Gap back to 9.3 seconds. So maybe trying to drive the car a bit too hard to try and catch up. Diablo pulls another second, 4.8 seconds over second place. Those medium tyres that the surface on, apologies. Holding second then. Bobby third, Potter close that gap back up. So second to seventh, all quite close. There's Diablo just disappearing off in the distance, now 5.1 seconds. Evan second, Bob third. Closing up down this start-finish straight, we're going to see Bob chuck one down the inside here, yes we are. Break Surfer into turn one. Surfer then pushed down into third position. So we'll move back down the inside, puts him on the outside for Renault. It's getting a little bit squiffy through there, Bob. That's going to allow Surfer back through. The inside line into Repsol, but Bob carries the speed through there. Holds on to that second. Surfer Ev back into third then. Ben Cosgrove just in the background in fourth and fifth. Jambu Burnfry bolted onto the back end of that as well. So a bit of bumper cam on. Up close and personal with the front end of Ben Cosgrove's car. Not to go defensive. To the hairpin. Jambu's chucking one down the inside. He's flung one miles out. Ben Cosgrove has snuck his way through though, up into fourth, Potter fifth. Burnfry went for a little look through there as well, sixth. Jambu though pushed himself all the way back down to seventh with that move. Could have taken out one or two of the other drivers as well with that one. Potter looking for the move back, both drivers in the pits then side by side through the pit lane. Oh, Potter's got it wrong on the way in. That's going to ruin it for him. Hasn't picked up damage. No, he hasn't. Very lucky for Potter. Diablo stays out, not stopped yet. 6.4 second lead. Surfer Ev also not stopped on the mediums. He's now 3 seconds over Burnfry, who's also not stopped. So Fat Pickles also not stopped. He 2.1 seconds down in fourth. Bob back out the pits in fifth. Fresh set of softs on board for him. G Marge in sixth, not stopped. Philo stopped. He must have come in a lap or so ago. Yeah, 156 on lap 4. Cosgrove 8th. Jambu 9th, Potter all the way down in 10th, so really compromised him getting that pit wrong on the way in. Picked up a penalty somewhere with that. Just about lost it, all the way down in 10th now. Half a tank for a set of softs on board, see what Potter can do with that. It's an empty racetrack for him at the minute. Diablo though, 6.7 second lead. Just over a quarter of a tank on board as well. Is he going to come in this lap? No, stops out again. Seven-second lead over Surfer. Again, Surfer not stopped. That was 7 of 16. Bob, the first of the guys in, holding third. Burnt Fry's left the room. Why? Why Burnt Fry? Fat Pickles in 4th. Again, yet to stop for Fat Pickles. G Marge not stopped either. Philo stopped a couple of laps ago, got himself up into 6th. And Cosgrove 7th. Jambu 8th, just dropping himself off a penalty. Potter's back up into 9th. JRC's 10th. Ball then back down in 11th. So yeah, lost a couple of drivers. Shame. Don't know why Burnt Fry's disappeared. Maybe he'll pop up in the chat. Starting to lose a bit of time then. Diablo gap down to 6.3 seconds between himself and Diablo and Surfer. Soft tyres of Diablo really worn out now. Medium tyres for Surfer, still looking pretty good. He's coming under threat from Burnt Fry. Sorry, NRT Bobby. Purple sectors as well for Bob. So does Diablo come in now? Still got 6.5 seconds. Oh, Diablo. Weird on the grass on those worn out softs. Yeah, that's the call, that is. Get yourself in the pits, get those changed. Surfer Ev in the meantime is stopping out. Bobby's certainly going to take this place off him down here. There's not a lot Surfer can do about this. What a livery look. Oh, just as that Diablo just out of the pits. Holds on to that top spot, does Diablo. Great move for him coming out of there. Unfortunately, Bobby slips himself through into 2nd. So he's going to start piling the pressure on Diablo in front. They've done fresh tyres. Diablo's 2 laps fresher. Can the Australian defend from the Englishman? Bobby able to pile on so much pressure that Diablo ends up upside down, maybe. Then in a good position, coming through Kamsa, carrying good speed through there. It's looking like he's going to make a move. Diablo's already gone defensive though. Goes for the move down the inside, does Bob? Does he carry the speed? Just about, he does, slots himself up into top spot, but Diablo's in a good place to retake this position if he can stick with him down the start-finish straight. Gap to half a second already though, got compromised through that turn a little bit. Closes back up on Bob though. Just a little bit more through there, so gap to 0.6, he's just coming down a tiny bit. Not enough before the end of this long straight. Versus Mercedes Power, already halfway past. Is Diablo going to sling on at the inside? No, backs out. Keeps himself within striking distance of Bob though. So 2nd place for Diablo. Surfer Ev still out on those tyres in 3rd. Fat Pickles 4th, also not stopped. TNR Philo came in early 5th for him a minute. Jambu 6th. From Ben Cosgrove though. Slightly better wear on Ben Cosgrove's than there is on Jambu's. Potter in the background in 8th. So 2.2 seconds down from Ben Cosgrove. 2 seconds down for race lead though, unfortunately for Potter. That pit entrance just cost him. So JRC's got himself up into 9th. Big shunting early on in the race. Up at the back of the pack, 10 seconds down as well. He's managed to make up a few places. Still a few laps to go as well. Might be able to close up on a couple of drivers. A bit of a gap in front though, 6 seconds, 6.5. Just see them disappearing round whatever that one's called, Lacacia. G Marge 10th then, and Dangly Balls in 11th. do think that Dagley will let the drivers through. It's got 2:22.6 on the clock there. So Diablo in the pits then, coming in for that change of tyre. Fat Pickles as well, and Surfer F. So Bobby got a nice 7.6 second lead over TNR Philo. Got himself all the way through from the back of the pack. Jambu making a move on Ben Cosgrove. They're side by side through turn 1. Side by side through turn 2. Jambu winning out there so far. Ben Cosgrove trying to slot one back on the inside through Renault. Not quite working out for him. Not quite enough room for him. Towards Repsol. Jambu holding on to that third. Ben Cosgrove pressuring him for it though. Jambu carrying extra weight over from race 1, coming in second place. So Potter up into 5th. Making up a few places with the drivers behind stopping. So Diablo comes back out of the pits in 6th. JRC Racing hot on his tail in 7th, but almost out of fuel for JRC, so he's going to have to come in for fuel. Fat Pickles in 8th, running to the end then for Fat Pickles. Surfer F 9th, just come out of the pits as well, followed Diablo in. G Martin 10th, Dagley 11th. So Bob's starting to pull up more of a gap over Philo. 8.1 seconds the deficit there. Back in the pits then for Bob, coming in for another set of tyres. Philo also chucks himself in. You see Jambu comes in, then Cosgrove stops out, Potter in again. Diablo holding on to that 6th, just come in. Potter's livery looking very similar to the Tour Racing tricks. So Ben Cosgrove, he will have to come in for fuel in lap, probably the end of this lap I would expect. 2-second lead over NRT Bobby, just come out of the pits, fresh set of rubber on for Bob. Diablo came in a lap or so ago, sitting in 3rd at the minute. Fat Pickles Bro in 4th, just come out of the pits, fresh set of tyres. Surfer in 5th, came in a lap or 2 ago as well. Philo 6th, just coming for fresh boots. Potter 7th, fresh boots for him as well. Jambu came in 8th, fresh set. G Marge a lap or 2 ago in 9th. JRC Racing back down into 10th with a fresh set of boots on. Dagley Balls in 11th. So Ben Cosgrove obviously going to lose this position to Bob after coming in for fuel. Just have to take it a little bit easy as well through some of these turns with that tyre wear. So we should see Ben in this lap. Tries to hold it over to the right hand side. There he goes. Releases NRT Bobby then. Diablo up into 2nd. Fat Pickles Bro is going to be 3rd. Surfer F 4th. TNR Philo hot on his tail though. Closing up down the start finish straight. Is he going to sling one up the inside of turn 1? Looks like he's going to try. He's just carrying that extra weight though. So enough to compromise Surfer through that turn. Kept him in touch. Trying the outside of Renault, doesn't work. Down towards Repsol. Surfer hugging that inside line, nowhere for TNR Philo to go. Just not able to carry the speed out the turns either, carrying that extra weight. A little bit deep there. So into lap 12 of 16, NRT Bobby is leading the way. 6.6 second lead over second place Diablo. Pickles actually closing up 1 second the gap between Fat Pickles and Diablo. Philo then looking for a little bit of a move. Surfer chucking himself down the inside to defend from that. Philo piling the pressure on him. We'll start to see his tyres wear out a little bit quicker with carrying that extra weight. But 4 laps remaining. He's got himself in a good place, needs to stay bolted onto the back end of Surfer then to try and make the move down the start-finish straight. Again, Surfer just able to carry a tiny little bit of extra speed out of that final turn. Excuse me. Philo a bit closer this time. Can he do it? No. Ben Cosgrove's hugging that right-hand side, making him go defensive. He's carried the extra speed though. Philo chucked himself past Surfer Ev, even with the extra weight. Thank you very much, he says, up into 4th. Now 3.2 seconds off the back of Fat Pickles. Oh, he's run wide there. He's run wide. Not off track. Not quite enough to allow Surfer to take that position back, but yeah, that extra weight just catching him out again there. And these two fighting is allowing Potter and Ben Cosgrove to close that gap up, dragging Jambu as well. So last few laps could get a bit tasty here. NRT Bobby having a nice comfortable one at the minute. Still got 6.6 seconds lead. Fat Pickles actually got himself past Diablo, so taking that second position. Diablo holding 3rd. Is he going to try and make that position back down the start-finish straight? Both through there cleanly. Philo in that 4th position. Then Surfer still hanging on to that. Potter McPot 5th, keeping himself in front of Ben Cosgrove and Jambu. JRC Racing back up to 9th. Let's just see what's going off here. Fat Pickles then starting to pull a bit of a time over Diablo. Gap up to almost a second. Diablo getting a good exit out of the final turn. He's not going to be close enough before the end of this straight. Way off the back then. So Philo just pulling a bit more time from Surfer, 0.8 of a second there. Ben Cosgrove just getting himself past Potter. Is Potter going to defend that back through the second part of the turn? Yes, he is. Into Renault, then holds on to that line and 6th position. Ben Cosgrove looking to chuck his nose back down the inside. Again, nowhere to go. Potter hugging that line far too tightly. Racing line into Repsol. No threat of an attack through there. Ben thought about running around the outside, but Potter was aware of it. Bumper to bumper through here. So Potter holding 6th, 1.8 seconds back from Surfer Ev in 5th. Surfer just being dropped off the back of TNR Philo. So Bob continues to stretch, 9.7 second lead. Fat Pickles in 2nd. He's now pulled more time over Diablo, 2.4 seconds. Diablo coming under threat for that 3rd position. 1.1 seconds between Diablo and Philo. Renault is looking dangerous at the end of this race. So he's gapped Surfer Ev a little bit. Surfer Ev still got just about 2 seconds over Potter. Jambu's still a threat to him though. Ben Cosgrove's got it wrong somewhere. So he's all the way down in 9th now, under pressure from JRC for that position. Mercedes versus Mercedes. Maybe a little bit tight through there for Ben. Might pick himself up a penalty. JRC getting a good exit. So Ben going defensive. JRC looking to run around the outside. He's not going to be close enough. Or is he? Cosgrove though keeps the power on now. He's got the inside line into Renault, so he keeps that 8th for now. JRC tries to slot one on the inside, exactly the same move that we've just seen Ben Cosgrove try. Not worked out for a tiny bit of contact between those two. again then, JRC. Just got to be careful, G-March just in the background there as well. A tiny bit of contact between the two Mercedes drivers through there as well. Again, not compromising either one of them. Right, let's just stick with top man, now 10.7 second lead. Bob's storming away with race 2. Fat Picklesbro then starting to pull more time. Philo's got himself past. What has happened to Diablo? Where have you gone, Diablo? 10th. Oh, he's got it wrong. Those tyres looking very worn out. Spun it round. Put himself all the way down in 10th then for Diablo. He was 4th. So, Fat Pickles, final lap. Bob taking race win quite comfortably by the look of it, unless he runs out of fuel in the next 3/4 of a lap. Fat Pickles looks like he's going to take second. He's got plenty of space between himself and TNR Philo. More time between Philo and Surfer Ev as well, 1.4 seconds the gap there. Potter McPot still 2 seconds back in 5th. Jambu a second back, so still in a dangerous position for Potter if he gets it wrong anywhere. And then Cosgrove, after his little mistake, down in 7th. Managed to hold that place from JRC though into this final lap so far. G-Marge 9th, under no threat from behind. Diablo now 9.9 seconds back. Dagny Balls another 24 seconds back. So Bobby into the final sector. Fastest lap of the race for Bob, 1:42.7. Just keep an eye on that 7th and 8th positions, make sure they don't swap. Bob coming through this final little chicane then. He's had a good second race, has Bob. He'll literally run out of fuel as he crosses the line. So Bob takes the win in the final race of the season. Fat Pickles is going to be happy with his second place. He's had a good old fight to get up to there. Good race, Fat Pickles. TNR Philo, though, came from the back of the pack. Extra weight, the most weight, takes 3rd. Surfer F4, Potter backwards, sideways on fire for 5th. Jambu, not out of fuel, just dropping his penalty for 6th. Oh, Ben Cosgrove takes 7th, just JRC Racing almost pushing him across the line for 8th. G-Mod in 9th. Diablo 10th. He's got a dangly ball right on his rear end. So don't get it wrong, Diablo, you might lose another position. Through this final chicane. Not too early, Diablo, don't spin the rear end up now. So, Diablo. Some celebratory donuts from the boys. So Diablo takes 10th and Dangly Ball takes 11th. Unfortunately, I'm not sure what happened to Burnt Fry. Disappeared. James Harban having all sorts of wheel issues, so he got he chucked himself out to save himself and anyone else some grief. Yeah, not too sure what happened to Burnt Fry. He just disappeared. Interesting. But that was the final race of the season, people. Final race. I can't tell you when this league's back either. I don't know. Don't know. But yeah, some really good racing in that one. A couple of tiny bits of contact. It happens. But in general, some pretty damn good racing yet again. So yes, as I know what's happening with this league, I'll let you know what's happening with this league. But until I know what's happening with this league, I can't let you know what's happening with this league. That's about the size of it. Right, nothing on tomorrow night. The Rallycross has been cancelled. There was too much heat involved in that one. Started off well, but when it got to the tarmac and the skinny tracks, it got a little bit bumpy and pushy and bargy and owie and complainy. So that one's been cancelled, and they're going to start a new McGann League on the Thursdays. No problem, Bob. Thank you for the liveries, mate. Appreciate it. So yes, nothing on tomorrow. Raul, bionic foot. Here he is. He's turned up in the chat. We've just been talking about some of your comrades. We've got Jambu and Perzel in this lobby. Perzel's just got a bionic knee. And we were calling you Germans and you foreigners out for getting all the bionic stuff, but then decided that we didn't need it, right? Because we're British. We don't need that kind of stuff. Way you lot in anyway. Done it before, do it again. Remember that. Oh, controversial. So yes, nothing on tomorrow night. Back on Friday night, 9 o'clock for the MRC GTTCC. So that's Mature Racing Club's Gran Turismo Touring Car Championship. That's Friday night, 9 o'clock. 50-minute quali and 2 half-an-hour races for you lot on Friday. Back Sunday for the, if it's running, I think it is, the NI Saloons from Kyrgyzstan Motorsport and the Tanso boys. We did try running that last week, but a few drivers couldn't make it, so we cancelled that one. But it's going to start again this week at 8 o'clock on Sunday, followed straight after that at 9 o'clock by the P1 boys and the BMW M3 Gr3 League. That's been some good racing in that one as well. So that's Sunday night, 8 and 9 o'clock. On Monday night, we're back with the, I think it's the last round of the minis as well on Monday. So again, 2 races for you lot on Monday with the minis. That's 8:30 start. And then yeah, the McGann's next Thursday for P1. That's about the size of it. So this one's done. As I say, as I know what's happening with this one, I'll put it up on the page. I'll let you lot know in the chat, etc, etc. Potter, no problem at all, mate. No problem at all. Awesome season from Surfer Ev. Yes, it was. Jambu, thanks for the great season. Yeah. Laters, Fat Pickles. Red Seals and Ben Cosgrove. Yeah, everyone enjoying this one. So yes, that's the lineup. You know what's coming up. Nothing tomorrow. Back Sunday night for the NI Saloons at 8 o'clock. 9 o'clock is the BMWs for P1. Monday at 8:30 is the Minis. And then Thursday next week for the McGann League for the P1 boys. That's it. If you want to help my channel out, get yourselves over to buymeacoffee.com/dartsmoker. Drop a little donation if you can. Thank you very much. Please drop some comments if you've listened to this about how the mic sounded. It's a brand new mic. I've only just plugged it in and kind of figured out how it works, but maybe I've not quite figured it out right. So yes, please leave some comments if you hear anything that you think's a bit weird, and I can try and address it if I know what the hell you're talking about. Yeah. But yes, that's about it from me. I hope you've liked what you watched. If you have, give it a like, give it a subscribe. Tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's Dartsmoker. I'm out of here.